We are live. Hello, happy Wednesday. Why did they say Wednesday?
Well, because
It should be Wednesday.
that's how normal people say it. I'm just saying.
It's like February instead of February.
You think? You
Yeah, I
think
don't
that's
know.
how it goes?
I think so. So, are you there?
I'm here.
And
I'm mostly here.
who is online right now?
I am. Oh, starving Marvin, quit posting. I
Okay,
can't go out till next week.
I'm going to go to our
Sure,
chat.
farmers market tonight, and we're in quarantine.
Are we still in quarantine? My God, make it stop. None of this is real. Even in Italy, the people are now revolting and saying it's all BS. You know, it makes me so just grr.
I know
You
you.
should kind of sit a little closer to me,
Well, not when you're grumpy.
because I definitely. Hey, Rob. Yeah, it is. It's getting kind of nutty out there because it's just crisis to crisis to crisis, and people are like, "Oh, I'm so scared," but not figuring out we're being led with fear, guys.
Good morning, Jess. How are you this morning? I'm going to sit
Yes,
closer to John, so if I have to, I can elbow
an
him.
album.
Tell him to shut up.
Yeah. Well, no, it's true. We're being led with fear.
It's true. I'm going to tell him to shut up.
She will. Yeah. So we're being good little Canadians. Yesterday we went for a walk, and hi, Glenda. We saw somebody we know.
Breathe, John, breathe.
How crazy is that? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna just. I think it's this way. There we go. Maybe I'll go down.
Or maybe you'll just.
So thank you, Lori, for giving us the Mennonite sausage. She's like, here, do you need this? And gives us Mennonite sausage.
Yeah, that's cute.
It's funny, because we've sold her a place in Bucerius, but we've seen her in St. Albert at the farmer's
She
market.
lives in Camrose, and we've seen her at the St. Albert Farmers Market like a few years ago, and then yesterday just going for a walk in the neighborhood here in South Cooking Lane.
Crazy.
Yeah, we just had to get out. John's going start racing.
Yeah. So yesterday I had two walks.
One by himself because I told him to get lost.
She did, and I went and walked. I walked to the Slough Lake. It's a lake.
It's a slough.
Okay, 100 years ago, apparently this lake had a fishing community. It's craziness to me. Then, starting in the 1930s, float planes started to come here, and then now there's no lake. It's kind of like it's gone down, 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 and all the people that were on the front, they've actually got new row of houses there. So
did they build houses? No.
Yeah, I think so. I think so, hon. Because remember they said that log cabin used to be on the lake.
But there's nothing in front of it. It's just all open field now.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's gone down a lot.
Yeah.
So where we stand was actually.
Good morning, Pastor Freddie. How is beautiful, warm, Bucerius?
Lovely. Yeah. So it's.
My hair did something funky.
It is getting kind of nutty.
Still need a haircut.
With the whole COVID thing because it's not real, guys. It's not real. And the disease may be real.
Stop. Yeah. You've said this every day for the last 2 months.
Because I'm trapped in the basement now. Now it's real to me.
You were just out for a walk, so apparently you're not trapped in the basement. And
but I can't go to Costco. I can't go to the mall. I can't see my friends. I can't see anybody.
Like you're 5. I can't go to the store, buy a chocolate bar. I can't go see my friends and have a bike ride.
Yeah, Rob says many lakes in the region have done the same. So then at the bottom of one of the lines says, where did all the water go? It's kind of like we're doing the job of the scientists that should be,
Well, they don't know, so they're asking the general public. That's what's happening. Just like with COVID.
Yeah, this is the same media.
No, I'm sorry.
No. But it's the same media that's been wrong about absolutely everything since, the last guy was president.
Thank you, Judith. I'm assuming you're talking to me now, John.
Yeah, kind of. So, we're being manipulated, folks. So just be free. Be free. We need to leave this basement and we need to rise up. What do you say? We'll be the untrolls.
Help me.
Yeah, because that's where control comes from. Part of it is troll.
I kind of feel sorry for all of you that live in Edmonton that we plan on seeing because he's going to have a lot of pent up something. angst energy. I'm not sure what it is. So if if we do go out if you are kind enough to go out for
Just
dinner
invite
with
her.
us, you can invite John, but you have to set the parameters and tell him to shut up.
Wow, you almost said it on Facebook.
I would have never said it on Facebook.
Yeah, because you can say a lot of things on Facebook, just the truth isn't one of them.
That's true too.
Yeah, so today we need to Shay got all the photos ready. And last night I go to install the software that I've had for 5-6 years.
Never used once.
No, I've used it a lot. But I haven't used it, obviously, in at least 5 months because it said that the company's out of business. So it just there's no anything. So I can download the program. I can insert my codes and stuff, and it says, sorry, we're unable to activate it. So now I'm going to have to figure out another solution, because if I can do the 2 weeks free, it says this has been brought to you by Pro Show Gold or Producer. So I have both. And I paid for both, but the company's out of business now.
It's sad. It's so sad, but it's okay. We'll survive. We have other stuff you can use.
Yeah, actually, I was just thinking I have some online stuff I have too. But this one was just easy because I can go the timing, everything just perfect.
No, sir, we're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, so we've got 2 songs that are going to be with photos, one that's going to be without, and one is going to be my sister-in-law singing. Good morning, Penny. We have to call you. You know, it's craziness, absolute craziness. But yes, hello. What are you doing?
I'm just looking up something. There's something I just remembered. So just keep talking.
So that's why she's kind of off screen.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. Now you can look online. Now it looks like you're looking away.
I am looking away.
So today we have to finish up the videos and also start the testing. So it is going to be very interesting. So we've got part of this is going to be on the Ernie Mock celebration of life. So you'll be able to watch that. It's going to be, you're going to have to click something that says discussion if you're going to be coming to that. And it's going to be put in from Zoom. So the speakers will be coming in from Zoom, going to Facebook, and that's just so that way, we can really control the flow in the videos, etc. Now, there might be another solution which we may use, but that's going to be what the testing today is for.
So if anyone's bored and can help them, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate it.
So yeah, I ordered a microphone from Amazon, a few things from Amazon, but just because I'm really not satisfied with the tech that we have. So
you are never satisfied with the tech that we have.
At my house, I am.
Really? You don't need anything else at the house?
I need lots of things.
See? That's my point.
Yeah, she brought me a coffee today. Whenever I do that, it just makes a noise.
That's because it's keeping all the heat in. It's a good cup.
And then it has to explode! You can talk, honey.
I don't know what to say. I'm just overwhelmed with your whininess.
Why are you so much taller than me?
Because I'm sitting up straight because this couch isn't working. I think we have to change positions.
Okay. I'm in.
Position.
All right. So we have other couches and chairs, etc., that we can use down here.
There is. This one, just like I said, it's very comfortable to sit on to relax, but if you're trying to do something different,
look at this
potential fraud. Yeah.
Look at this.
These
new phones, potential fraud. I love that. So that way, if people we're just going to hang up on them.
Yeah, I would have just left it go.
Yeah, I know.
It's quiet anyways.
Because now you don't even have to have anybody in your phone anymore. If somebody calls me, it actually says who it is. It's crazy.
And you know what? They don't have that here because I just answered my dad's phone upstairs this morning. And it was some criminal case, and if we don't respond right away and push one, they're going to send the police and they're going to arrest them. I'm like, I'd really like to see how that works out for y'all.
Yeah, because I think it would be rude to take his ashes right now.
Come on, that's not even funny.
It would be rude.
Okay, so yeah, and I talked to Shay because she's Canadian and more savvy. We're Canadian, but we haven't been here for a long time. It's obviously fraud.
Penny, I'm not supposed to be drinking coffee. I'm not. So I have a little bit
Yeah, it's only half a cup in there.
because it's like half killing myself instead of full killing myself.
Why? What can coffee do to you?
It can create arrhythmias in my heart.
Oh, maybe we'd know if you had one then. That's a good thing. Let's try it.
I do have a heart because I hear it at nighttime when I go to bed. With my earplugs in. Sometimes I do. It's very loud. It's doo-dum, 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 doo-dum.
That's good.
Except when it's not. Then it's like quiet and I go to sleep faster. Yeah.
That
Good
hasn't
morning,
happened
Lori. Yeah, it hasn't happened. I mean, for me, I have a very specific going to sleep routine. Christie's routine is to sit and read and you snore. She snores. Or sometimes she'll just lay her head on the pillow and just instantly go to sleep.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do when you go to bed to go to sleep.
Who else can do that trick?
My dad
That
did.
is a marvelous trick.
My dad did. I get that
Because
from him. Wish I could get his skinniness.
I got up at
But no.
3:39 to go pee, and I came back to bed, and I'm just laying there, and I'm like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. And man, I said that for half an hour.
Oh, that's funny because I got up in the middle of the night to do the same. And I went and checked on that bacon to see if it was thawed or not. You know, things thaw out a lot slower here than they do in Mexico.
Yep, it's kind of crazy. It is.
Yeah.
It is so cold here that bacon, even thawed bacon, or unthawed, it was frozen.
It was a 5-kilo cardboard box full of bacon.
Who does 5 kilos of bacon?
Restaurants.
Yeah, okay, I guess, or us, because Christy loves bacon a lot.
Our whole family loves bacon. Let's be real.
Who doesn't like
Who
bacon?
doesn't like bacon?
People who don't like bacon kick puppies and hate puppies. And
Well, no, that's not true because there are some people that don't eat pork, and just because they don't eat pork does not necessarily mean that they will kick puppies.
I don't believe
I
that.
think you're generalizing, and I think it's rude, and I think it might even be borderline racist.
I don't believe that.
Alan could fall asleep almost instantly.
Alan, you are a lucky man.
I'm lucky because then I can fall asleep and don't have to listen to you snore.
You can. You are. Whatever.
But I'm not a man. I'm just lucky.
Yeah. So for me, it does take time. So I usually read, play a game or so. It's all of that stuff where you're supposed to turn off your tablets and your devices. I can't.
He doesn't. Bacon. See, Lori? We're like sisters, I'm sure.
Lori, you wouldn't kick puppies, though. Not
She
fair.
likes bacon.
I know, that's why she wouldn't kick puppies.
I don't think people that don't like bacon will kick puppies.
Anybody on here not like bacon? Come on.
We're not going to admit to it now because now you're going to check their shoes.
For puppy fur.
Puppy fur. You're really sick.
I am. So I don't think we have much to talk about today because
That's true. Thanks, Penny.
You do love puppies.
You do love
you have
puppies.
to give you that, but you don't care for bacon. So it doesn't mean you don't like bacon. You just don't care for bacon.
She was just scared to see what you'd say about her if she said she didn't like it. Maybe that. See, turn them off. See, thanks, Rob. Instead of trying to go to sleep, he automatically goes to a tablet to go read for a while. And I'm like, well, that's why you can't fall asleep. You've trained yourself that you can't without it. And
yeah, at my age, there's no teaching me new tricks.
you're no kidding.
I'm an old dog.
You're something, all right.
Not a puppy that needs to be kicked.
No, you're just a little dog that needs
bacon
to be
hater. Yeah. So what are we gonna do today? I guess.
Well, you have work. You have to figure out how to do. Yeah,
and I have to get a walk. I've been walking every day.
Yeah, and I told my mom I would do some cleaning. She has an appointment at the funeral home to go over some of the things that they handle, like pension, like reporting and stuff like that.
Funerals do all that stuff.
It's a little package that they offer, and so there's someone there that knows exactly who to contact and what is needed. And now, for all you people that have been married for any length of time, my mom's wedding or marriage certificate is like a little plastic laminated piece of paper, like what when I was a kid when we got our birth certificates. That was really interesting for me to see, and I wonder if ours was like that. I just don't remember.
I think it's a full form though. I think we had a full form because you also have the small birth certificates, but you have the long form. The long
Yeah, but those are new. Like we have a new wedding or marriage certificate because we needed it for Mexico. We had to get it ordered, but I wonder if our original one, maybe that's why we couldn't find it. I wasn't looking for that. I wonder if it's somewhere else.
No,
I don't even know where our birth certificates are anymore. I'm so lost. I have to go through my files.
well, I'm not reading fake news. Don't worry. The fake news is like CNN and Fox and all those things. I mean, that's fake. It's just
We're not going to talk about news.
Yeah.
We're done. We're talking about birth certificates. Whose marriage certificate is a little, just like a little small piece of laminated paper. Ours, and I don't remember what ours was. When we left here to go to Mexico back in 2003, we thought we had everything. We brought a little safe in the back of our truck and it was covered with all our stuff and it had all our important papers and belongings.
and pretty much all the cash we ever had in the world was in that
And
safe.
all our cash, yeah, besides the cash from the sale of our house.
Yeah.
And which wasn't a lot because we hadn't owned it for very long. So, but anyways,
Rob says they have the card. Esther says ours was married. She was married in '83. But she doesn't say, is it the long form? Is it the short form? Is it the card?
Is it the little small laminated card or is it like a full piece of paper? Larger piece. Yeah, but you're married were you married? Well, I shouldn't assume. Where were you
Alberta.
married?
That should be the other question.
Yeah, because these are Alberta marriage certificates, right? So, but who knows? Maybe in other provinces they did the same thing. Lori, 33 years and have a larger piece of paper. We've been married. It'll be 32 in December. Small laminated card.
Wow.
Okay, so
maybe we are looking for the wrong
maybe
thing.
we're looking for a piece of paper when it should have been well, I guess we'll find out when we get home.
It's like, yes, I don't need a wedding ring. I've got a card.
I forgot my
Ladies.
wedding ring in Canada.
Yeah, sure you did. And
ring.
you've been walking up to every man going, hey, how you doing?
I haven't walked up to any man. The only men I've seen are my brothers. That would be creepy.
It is weird that you're doing that to them.
No, I took my rings off because I have, that's another thing I've developed is an allergies to gold, and my ring was 14 karat gold and I can't wear it. So I had a stainless steel one on for a while and I had a silver one on my other hand, that big nice braided one, which I don't have that either. I just have my two thumb rings. This is stainless steel and this one is gold. So 5x7 paper, 30 years in TP trade.
And RV
cameras. So 5x7 inch piece of paper. Yeah. See, these cards I'm talking about are probably, they're not even 3x5s, maybe 3x3s, 4x4.
I don't know.
They're
Look,
not
ladies,
big.
I'm married.
Yeah.
It's my card.
So anyways, yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. Maybe we were looking for a big piece of paper when I should have been looking for a laminated card, and now it's going to be somewhere in a box of miscellaneous junk that I didn't think I needed. But I mean, it would be nice, it would be fun to find the original, but it is not necessarily necessary anymore because we have a new issued one from the province of Alberta.
Crazy thing about Mexico is they'll ask for these documents in Mexico that you have from your other country. You give them the document and they say, but it's not a Mexican document. So how do you do that? You actually have to send it to the consulate and maybe a notary in your country. Maybe a notary, like a notary public, which is different than a notario in Mexico, because a notario is a higher lawyer than a regular lawyer. They've got an additional 2 or 3 years.
And an appointment.
An appointment by the feds. But in Canada, in Mexico, to see the Canadian documents, they have to be Mexicanized.
And so they have to, not only do they have to be, in the States they call it apostilled. In Canada they don't, it's really just notarized, but it also has to be translated by an official translator in Mexico. So it's a process to get your paperwork done. But ask us, we'll help you if you need it done. Yeah,
it is. The paperwork in Mexico, they hate trees.
And it's needed, that kind of stuff is specifically needed for immigration purposes. And when you have to change, let's say if my parents owned property in Mexico with my dad passing away, we would need that kind of stuff, all those documents, his death certificate and their marriage certificate, all notarized, or whatever the term is down here, which I don't think there really is a term. It's just a process. Anyways, yeah.
Interesting thing about death certificates, you can get as many originals as you want, at least in Alberta and British Columbia. I know that.
Yeah.
So they give you 10 to start off with, usually. You give all those 10 away, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I have more originals. No, you just call, they give you more originals. So get as many originals as you want. It's like the points in whose line is it anyways. It doesn't matter.
But what do you want a bunch of papers for?
Well, because you never know when you go to Mexico and need the papers.
True. True.
Yeah, it used to be the Sonoran Forest until the Mexican government got a hold of it, and now it's the Sonoran Desert because they cut all the trees down and it's all in paperwork and boxes. Every time I go to get any kind of modifications on a cell phone, a new cell phone, whatever, I have to bring my original documents in the corporation. Do we give them copies too?
Either we give them a copy or they make a copy.
So they've probably got 20 copies of my incorporation papers, which haven't changed.
Yeah.
They hate trees.
And then every time they do it, they have to look through it and make sure that John and I really are the owners of the corporation, or the directors, or whatever they call it, and that we are legally allowed to make these kinds of changes. It's kind of humorous, frustrating. The paperwork that they request down here is tedious. I guess that's the best word to call it. It's tedious. And that's in it's going to a bank, it's going to immigration, it's doing any kind of corporate things. I mean, and it could be worse for us because we have the corporation. I don't know what kind of paperwork they ask just for a resident, foreigner or otherwise, when you go to these places. But for us as a corporation, there's a lot more things that we have to display.
Every one of our bank accounts is considered a corporate bank account. So any transaction, that's why when people say, oh, we'll just send you money and you can do this and that, you can't do that because we will pay tax on it. Yeah. Yeah. Employs lots of people. Oh my gosh, it does. Tree cutters.
File stores.
The file storage companies, my gosh. And then, of course, you're going to need incinerating companies because after 5 years, that's a lot of paperwork.
I think it's 7.
No, I think in Mexico it's 5. But you better keep it for longer because we had a situation happen where almost 10 years. And if we had no paperwork, we would have been in a lot of trouble. But it proved that we didn't do anything.
Innocent,
yeah, we were innocent. And people are snakes and sneaky and horrible.
Yeah. And you can ask them. No, I'm not going to tell you who did it.
No. We will tell you if you ever want to know. So, yeah, I think we're done. We're done, hon. We have talked about Mexico. We've talked about paperwork. We've talked about how Mexico loves paperwork, hates trees.
I don't think that's another generalization.
They hate trees.
It's like saying that people that don't like bacon kick puppies.
They hate trees. Think about it. Everything is paperwork in Mexico, where now you can just, oh, look, I've got a digital camera. Click.
But
it's done.
Trees do grow really fast in Mexico.
They do.
So maybe it's population control for trees.
Maybe. It's just, we don't want the trees to get out of hand. That's all it is.
We don't want too much greenery.
We don't want the desert. We just don't want to make sure the trees don't get, they don't riot. We don't want them looting Soho stores and stealing all the Louis Vuittons and stuff.
Oh my gosh, they were stealing Louis Vuitton?
They stole everything.
What was I doing here? I would love a new.
You're going to have to bring bricks and rocks with you.
No, they supply them.
Oh, that's true.
They're in the streets, in the middle of the streets.
Yeah. Hey, look, a brick pallet.
Or, worst case scenario, they bang up the sidewalks to break pieces off.
Yeah. My favorite story is these progressive liberal ladies are kind of like, hey, we're on your side. And the people are like, oh, good. Smashing their windows on their store. I love that. That's a funny story.
No, it's sad.
It's political. This is all political. This is all lefties going crazy.
Yeah, and to think that people think that to honor someone, they have to protest and do those kinds of, not protest. The protests are one thing, It's the rioting and the looting and the damage and the killing and the maiming and running over policemen and I mean it's just
there are many cops have been killed or injured.
I don't know how many have been killed.
Now this guy that was murdered, and he was murdered. I mean, this is a murder.
There's no getting around it.
When you watch the video, there's a lot of strange stuff going on, and the guy's probably going to suicide himself because that's kind of what happens to these guys.
Someone suicides him, you mean?
Yeah, somebody suicides him. But the whole thing is that the brother of this gentle Christian giant, this godly man, he's 6'6", George Floyd, and his brother's kind of like, he was about peace. He doesn't want this crap. But the thing is there are people that are waiting that they're not waiting for anything to write about. They're just waiting for their political beliefs to let them know, And they really do want a mass world awakening. Because the funny thing is that the people that are in control.
I thought we were done. Now you're getting all political.
When the lefties take over, the first people they murder are these people because they're the ones that are disillusioned when all of this stuff happens. This has all been done for 100 years now, but people are idiots.
And again, you're generalizing with lefties. He's generalized left, right, and center. You guys say, I am so sorry.
No.
He's getting a little emotional. He's very frustrated of being safe at home.
You don't know what's going. If you knew what was going on in my head, your head would explode.
If I knew what was going on, I would probably suicide me.
She would suicide
me.
I'd suicide her. Yes.
I wouldn't really. But if I ever get to the point where I truly understand what's going on in John's head, I will be worried. Yeah. I will be very worried for my own sanity because I'm worried for his sanity.
Yes. But we have lots to do today.
For good reason.
Lots to do today. So, guys, have a fantastic, happy Wednesday. Remember, be kind to one another, love each other.
You're right, Eva.
We do need peace. Remember not to touch your face, not to touch your spouse's face. Mind you, you probably can. It's just rude. It's very rude. Don't do it. So, there you go. Happy Wednesday.
Can't promise anything.
Are you going to say goodbye?
Adios.
Adios.
See you guys.